There are lots of things to consider when starting a business, but I believe that choosing your business name is one of the most fun tasks. If you're self-employed, you might be using your own name already, but when you incorporate into a limited company, you're probably going to want to choose something a bit more substantial. It can be a bit tricky to pick a name you're going to stick with for a very long time, so it's worth spending a bit of time on to make sure that you get it right. So where to start? Well, for a small business, you might want to keep it personal, maybe use your family name in there, your surname. And this can be quite good if you want to keep it quite approachable and personal, and maybe if you're just going to have a small team, that's a really good starting point. You might want to include a type of business to help describe it. For example, Pink Pig on its own could be a farm or a butcher's, but as soon as you put the word financials on the end, it's immediately clear the nature of the business. Makes it a bit easier for your customers to understand what you're all about. You might want to think about whether you're going to turn your name into a logo. If you choose a really long name, could it be shortened to use in a variety of different ways and different platforms? And do you want to choose a name that is easy to spell? Sometimes it's great to have a quirky spelling, makes you stand out a little bit and it's more memorable, but it can make you a little bit harder to find if people are trying to type you into a search engine, for example. Now, if you're really stuck and you don't have a starting point at all, there are quite a few really good AI name creation websites out there. They create a selection of names for you to choose from. They take a few details about the business and ask what type of name you'd like, for example, real words or made up words or alternative spellings. And then AI does the rest. And it's really, really fun to see what they come up with. My favourite website at the minute is namelicks.com, but there's loads out there. So if you could do a quick search and have some fun with that. Once you've got an idea of the name you might like, you need to check you can use it because there are some legalities involved. So you'd have to do a bit of research. You can't use any words that are deemed to be sensitive. For example, you can't suggest that your business is of a national status by using words British and national. You can't use words that suggest a special status, such as association or institute, unless you are, of course. And you can't use any words that suggest a connection to the government or royalty. Those are just a few examples, so do please check if there's any words that you can't use that you would like to. Once you've got an idea, head over to the Companies House website because you just need to make sure that no one else is already using the name that you've chosen. They hold the details of all the incorporated businesses in the UK. So that's all the limited companies. So do a quick search on there and make sure no one's already using it. If you're planning to set up a website as well, it might be worth just typing that into the internet to see if anyone else has already got that domain name. You might find, although Companies House lists all the limited companies, there might be a sole trader out there already using the name that you like. So do check if you're thinking about having a website at some point. And once you've got your idea, test out the name, ask your friends and family what they think, ask your granny, get a full range as you want the name to be long lasting and still relevant in a few years' time. And I would suggest trying out your telephone voice. Pick up the phone and answer it using your company name and pretend you're answering a call and see how it feels. And if it feels good, it sounds good, then you might have found the one.